Capricorns, welcome to the channel, Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, we're here to do a general spread for you today to look at what's coming at you over the next few days. If this is your first time stopping by, I welcome you. Thank you for joining me today. For those of you Capricorns that are back, thank you for your support. I appreciate all the messages, the likes, every sweet thing that you have done in support of my channel. I do invite all of you to subscribe to my channel to stay in the loop for future messages. So, Capricorn, as always, what we're doing here today is a general message, meaning that if you find that the messages don't resonate exactly with your situation, do not panic. Do not try to make them fit. Simply a reason for you to subscribe and click that notification bell so that as your message drops over the next few days, you're the first one to know about it. All right, Capricorn, first thing we're going to do is go in with an oracle message and see what Spirit has to say, and then I'll be digging in deeper with the tarot. All right, Spirit, let's get some messages on the board for my beautiful Capricorns. What is it that they need to know about that's coming at them over the next few days? All right, so our first message comes by way of do something different. That is followed by speak up. And then we have forgive and forget. Looks like some shaking up energy is going to be happening here for you, Capricorn. All right. So what I'm getting right away with the speak up is that you should not be afraid to speak up in a situation for yourself. Speak up for yourself, defend yourself. Because what I'm getting is, especially with this forgive and forget along with it, is that there's something going on behind the scenes, right? That you don't have clarity on just as of yet, but there is someone who is not acting in a very honest manner. Let's be clear. Like they're presenting themselves in a way that they really aren't. And in doing so, they are also working against you and making you look bad in the process. Okay. So they've got some people fooled. And for many of you, this is going to work out like in a work situation, right? Where someone is making you look bad in front of your superiors. And then for others of you, this isn't a situation where you may be experiencing issues in love and romance, right? Someone that you're involved with or were recently involved with, they are walking around talking about you, making themselves look innocent and making you look like the villain. All right. And for some of you, up until now, you've either said very little in these situations or you haven't said anything at all. And Spirit says it is time to speak up. Now, you want to do that from a very grounded place where you're not feeling really emotional. Because if you speak up and you do so in an emotional manner, people are going to dismiss what you have to say right away. That's what I'm getting. Okay. So we're doing something different by now, stepping forward to say very calmly and clearly and with, you may want to be holding your receipts in your hand that you can present that prove what you are saying to be the truth. And you want to now challenge others to look at the facts of the situation in a different way. Okay. So that's what we're doing. All right. And as far as the forgive and forget is concerned, this is not really geared towards the offender in this case. This is geared towards the other people who you thought, wow, I thought that person was either a friend, a good acquaintance, someone that was in my corner, but they believed the negative things that this person had to say against me. Like they believed it, and that kind of brought to light a lot for you, Capricorn. And I feel like this situation has been going on for quite some time. And because it's been going on for quite some time, it's like people who, you know, you've taken a second look at the people in your circle, because, and especially the people in your inner circle who chose to believe this person, or if they didn't 100% believe this person, they chose to give this person the side eye, or I'm sorry, they chose to give you the side eye, Capricorn, as in, like, really? Did Capricorn maybe be, were they maybe involved in that? Is that real? Is Capricorn being honest? Like, those people. Forget, is Spirit saying forgive and forget mainly because this person who was slandering your name, this person who was doing all this talking about you, this person who went on a campaign, whether, again, that's a lover, former lover, that's a coworker, somebody at work, whomever this is that went on this smear campaign against you, they did it in a manner that was extremely convincing. Like they really, really were good at what they were doing to smear your name. Like you look at it and you're like, how do people believe this? Because you're the target of it. You know you're not guilty of it. You know people should be able to see that. However, if you were on the other side of it, if you were faced with this person who's slandering you and they were slandering someone else, you would definitely see how convincing they were at getting in and making people trust that what they were saying against you was true. Okay. I mean, they were so good at it, they could probably fool their own mother into thinking that they were telling the truth. Like, that's how convincing they were. Okay. So when Spirit talks about forgive and forget here, Spirit's talking about don't be so critical in your mind in those people who you think should have believed you versus this person. All right. But now is the window of opportunity, Spirit is saying, for you, Capricorn, to stand up and now speak up for yourself. Again, you need to make sure you're doing this in a manner that's not emotional, so you seem a little out of control, right? Because an element to what this slanderous person is doing, an element of what they're saying about you is that behind the cool exterior, there's this emotionally out of control individual. That's how they're slandering you. Like, what you don't see about Capricorn is that they really are not the cool exterior that you see. They are out of control. So if you speak up for yourself and defend yourself in this time in an emotional way, that's going to further cement what the slanderous person has said about you, all right, in the minds of the people that you're trying to convince. So you need to be logical, you need to be stalwart, and you need to just stand up, plain and simple. Like I said, base your narrative on logic. If you have receipts that show your side of the story, show those receipts. Be transparent that way. All right, so let's dig in deeper here, Capricorn, with the tarot and see what details Spirit has to give us at this time. Spirit, let's get some clear, accurate answers for our Capricorns. Let's dig down into it. Let's see what we can do. to tell them everything they need to know about the next few days here. All right, so we have the Queen of Wands, followed by the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Oh boy. The Four of Wands in the reverse, I should say. The Sun. Well, this is good news. Or at least brightens things up considerably there, Capricorn. We have the Three of Cups in the reverse and the Ace of Wands. All right, so let me move you a little bit here, Capricorn. If I can do this smoothly, just so you can get a little better outline of the spread here. All right, so your first messages come by way of the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords in the reverse, right? And so, Capricorn, this is really speaking to how at odds you are in this situation. Well, we know you're at odds with the person who's slandering you, but how at odds you are or you feel in your current environment with the damage that has been done. This person with their malicious tongue has done great damage, and it's quite at odds because if you're comparing the juxtaposition of the two queens here and the fact that one's in, you know, one came out in the reverse and the other one came out, straight up. There's this juxtaposition of how you are able to navigate your current environment because of the damage that was done by this person's tongue, right? The words that they spoke against you, how they were able to get in. It was almost like they studied those that were close to you in the situation and in the environment and made it a point to get those people believing what they said. And just at large, they were able to spread their lies far and wide. Okay. And so you are really and have been feeling at odds in your environment. And for many of you, I feel as if you've been feeling quite uncomfortable with this Queen of Wands here. And again, these are queens, but about gender. So this goes for whether you're a feminine or a masculine here in this case. But with this Queen of Wands here, I mean, she's sitting up straight, very straight. You know, she is sitting on a throne, though, that at least the base of it we can see is made of stone. It's just not. I'm just picking up that it just does not feel comfortable. She does not feel comfortable sitting here the way that she is. It's almost like whatever this is in the background, whether it's stone, whether it's tapestry, whatever that is, it's almost like she doesn't want her back to touch it, right? Like, so she's sitting up ultra straight so that she doesn't lean back. She's sitting on a slab of stone. Her feet are on stone. Like, it's very uncomfortable. Excuse me. And that's how I pick up that many of you Capricorns have been feeling, and given the current set of events that are transpiring, this is just really letting me know for that this has caused you, and the fact that with this Four of Wands in the reverse, even it's like this whole thing of it not toppling your home life, but definitely even when, so if this is a situation happening at work, this situation follows you home. And now your home life feels greatly impacted by it because you kind of go home and you wallow in the damage that has been done. Or if this is a person that you were recently involved with romantically, it's like, all right, maybe they're out of your physical space if they ever lived with you to begin with. But now, it's impacting your home life in more ways than one. It's like you take what's happening out there and you bring it home with you every day and you're feeling down. Or, those that you do share a home with are now part of this group of people and made sure to target against you. And so you're just feeling uncomfortable all around. It's almost like you don't have a space to go to, Capricorn, where you can just feel at ease, if that makes sense. And a lot of that, of course, has to do with how you're seeing this in your mind, right? I mean, not to say that this person didn't do damage, but a lot of this feeling of not having a space that you can just be in and not and just feel totally at ease is rooted in your mind because you you know your home life, your safe spaces are still your safe spaces. It's just that in your mind you're thinking that the damage is everywhere. You're seeing this damage as having been tran you know has been taking place around you everywhere. All right, but the speaking up again in a logical manner and presenting your case, and you're going to pick out the key individuals that it's important to present your case to. It's going to start to ease up and make things come back full circle for you and make you feel this comfort again. You will have opened up a space in which, as you see people taking into account what you have to say about the situation. Because again, for many of you, this situation has been going on for quite some time. And many of these individuals who have taken in this person's story, they took it in a while ago, right? So now, things have been mulling around in their mind a while. But believe me, Capricorn, for you, it's a daily thing to think about, but not for them, right? It doesn't really involve them as it does you. So they hear about it, it might be a big deal. It's kind of like our 24-hour news cycle. A story gets that impact for like a week, and it's all over the news every day, all day. And then next week, something else happens, and you barely ever hear again about the first story. So it's kind of that same kind of effect, even though it seems grander in your mind. Okay. But speaking up for yourself is going to allow the sun, the light of truth into the situation, and you will once again start to feel as if the sun is shining upon you in a positive manner. It's going to start to change things because enough time has transpired that people will be like, they may even forget many of the details that the slanderous person came to them with. And that just works to your advantage because now what you're saying makes sense because it's the truth. And then even if that slanderous person came back for a round two of slander, it would be like people would give them the side eye. Like, yeah, that doesn't quite sound right, right? They'll be doing what you would have wanted them to do in the first place. Give that person the side eye. Okay. All right. So with this Three of Cups in the reverse, I'm just seeing that, yeah, there are quite a few people in your circle, Capricorn, that you've been just falling back from because you felt like some of them should have defended you. Some of them should have never allowed this person in their ear, like that kind of thing. So you have been cut off in a sense from, or you have cut off, and in some cases, you've been cut off from individuals that you consider a part of your circle, your closer circle, those people that you know and have assigned some level of trust to. And this has had that impact on you too, to make this feel more severe, right? That unsteadiness feel. in your own spaces. But by forgiving and forgetting them, and after you've been able to present your side of the story, you know, you will find that there will be a reinitiation of a lot of the um a lot of the social of your social of those social activities that you would get together with people and do that made you feel good. You know, you'll be able to go towards those types of activities with more enthusiasm, and again your world will begin to brighten up. You'll begin again to feel more comfortable in your own skin. You will feel like you don't have to walk on pins and needles around people, because there is definitely an element of that here that I can feel, is that because all of this has been transpiring, and it just has been like this snowball going down a mountain picking up speed, and it's just affected you really badly and made you feel all out of sorts. And now you'll be able to get back to feeling yourself again. You'll get back to engaging with others in ways that you know will be more comfortable for you, and help that person that dared to cross you in this way, Capricorn, because I know you will enact the right kind of punishment on them as well. All right, so let me get my Kipper deck going here, and we're going to get some final messages for Spirit to wrap up this reading and get Capricorn out the door. And if you have not already taken the time to hit the subscription button, please feel free to do so at this time while I shuffle. This is just a free way for you to not interject, it's just a free way for you to support my channel. It costs you nothing and it makes me happy. Okay? All right. I got cards falling all over the place here. So, what you should expect, especially over this next coming week, Capricorn, is a lot of activity. Like this speaking up thing and getting your story out into the forefront is going to cause a lot of stir and a lot of activity, and you should not shy away from that, Capricorn. You should be all about it, because this is the way wrong is going to be righted in your life, and things are going to work out in your favor. But it's going to be a busy week. It's going to be hectic. All right. So we first of all have unexpected income, followed by occupation. Yep. For many of you, this is a situation that's been happening in regards to your money and work. Adjudication. See, like Spirit's like, yeah, see, I told you what I told you, and now I'm going to tell you again. So this unexpected income, some of this, what has happened again, especially for those of you where it's happened in the workplace, right? It's happened because someone was in competition with you for a position or a raise or a promotion. And so they went on this smear campaign against you, right? So expect that even if you don't hear about the raise coming in this very near future here, it's now as things turn around, as you speak up for yourself, you defend yourself, as you successfully put things right, there will be at some point an unexpected bump in income for you as a direct result of the actions that you lay forward in these upcoming days, right? When it's going to hit will be different for all of you, but know that that is going to be a side effect of you laying this situation right. If this is a more personal situation, like in regards to love and income, understand that this is going to lead to prosperity all around for you. And prosperity doesn't just mean money, right? It means better living environment. It means having friends and family that love and support you. So you'll see that unexpectedly just start to come back into play, like we talked about here earlier, just a few moments ago. Occupation, this is definitely a message driven towards those of you experiencing this in the workplace because, yeah, I mean, that raise is coming your way, especially with adjudication, because those in a place of power are now going in your favor. Okay. They're going to be seeing it from your standpoint instead of leaning towards maybe what the slanderer had to say about you. For those of you where this is a personal situation, again, this gives you a steadiness to your environment that is solid the way Capricorn likes it to be, right? And also, again, those that were taken in by the slanderer, now they'll be ruling in your favor. They'll be looking to you as the one telling the truth in this situation. It'll be put to rest once it's been adjudicated, as they say. It'll be put to rest, and this will be something that you don't have to worry about going forward, right? And even again, I'll repeat, if this slanderer decides to come back for a round two, you have the adjudication, which means people will be giving them the side eye. And in the future, because of this experience, you know, people will be much less likely to believe this type of slander about you. Okay. So, yeah, Capricorn, you definitely want to speak up for yourself in a solid, logical, concise manner. Take the emotion out of it because you do not want people to believe that you're super emotional about this. And that will be doing something different because in a sense it feels like many of you either felt as if your hands were tied or you were sitting back saying to yourself, surely someone will believe that this is not me, right? But you're going to get out of that thought process, speak up, and you're going to forgive those that were taken in by this slanderer. Because, as I said in the beginning, this slanderer, they knew what they were doing. This isn't the first time they've done it. They're very good at making people believe in their lies. And they probably would have been able to fool their own mother, right? And for some of you, they may have fooled your mother. So I'm just saying, they're very convincing, very, you know, there's nothing more convincing than a liar that believes their own lies. And I've run into a few people in my lifetime that are, they lie all the time. But if you start to really start to take notice and examine, they believe their own lies. That's what makes them so convincing. The person listening finds it hard to detect the truth that this person is telling a lie because this person themselves believes that the lie they are spreading is the truth. There are people like that out there, Capricorn. So, sorry about all the difficulties you've been having in this situation lately because this sounds awful. It feels awful. What's coming off of the cards, what's coming through from spirit as I read on this feels awful. All right. But be gentle with yourself and know that the sun is going to shine again in your favor. You got the sun. There's no brighter future in this situation than that. Do what you need to do and get through this. All right, Capricorn. Hopefully, this message has been helpful for you. Please hit the subscribe button on the way out. And all my best to you, Capricorn. Until next time.